All right. Okay. Everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers. Welcome back to the second episode of Olla de Frijoles. Oh man.
That's my bedtime, bro. Sorry. Pot over.
Pot over.
Shade up, no chaser. I want to thank everybody to giving us your support for the first one. I mean, it might have been that funny or whatever, but shit, we gotta all start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But the second one is gonna be a lot better. It's a Halloween one.
Dope.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about spooky stuff, fucking like Llorona, you know, maybe Ghostbuster stuff. It doesn't matter, whatever.
Ghostbusters.
And that's what we're gonna be about.
I like it.
And always with us is Zani, Vicky, Karen, my main dude Johnny, and Junior.
Big Dog J.
Big Dog Junior. Yeah.
Big Money Junior.
No.
So yeah, that's what it is.
And who are you?
And I'm Anthony. You're one of the hostesses.
AKA.
With the most.
Banda. AKA.
The most.
Hide your wives. Not playing.
Vicky's about to
Just get him, please. Just get him.
Okay. Well, as you can see, I'm a big ass fucking Viking for Halloween. He's a Mexican.
Dia de los Muertos, I'm guessing.
Research.
Come on now.
You kind of. You don't even know your own damn
No, I mean,
culture.
I don't know. You could have been a guy from off of Coco. Yeah.
Yes, you remind me of Coco.
Never seen that movie Coco?
Yeah,
Which is also about Dia de los Muertos.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. But you got the shoulder pads, like you got this from the 80s. Anyways, but let's talk about scary stuff. Who got the first one? Who got the first one? Dreams. Oh, I got a good one. I don't know. I've had these dreams. I don't know if you guys get them, but when I fall asleep, they're pretty much nightmares. You fall asleep and my teeth fall out, bro.
I have those too.
Yeah.
I have those too.
What?
I hate
I've
them.
never had this
No,
shit.
but I
Never.
read, because I looked into it. I heard
Like
that the
I
reason.
spit them out, like nobody
Yeah.
even hits me or nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
I just like go like poop, and it's just
Yeah, they
one,
just
and you're
start
like,
falling out.
What
and
does
you
it
just-
mean?
you're like,
What
I don't
does
know
it
what it
mean?
means.
No, what I heard that it means is that you grind your teeth at night.
Oh.
So which is why.
So I'm just chewing for no fucking reason.
No, like your teeth,
You think
like
you
your
eat?
mouth is
Yeah,
clenched.
I think I'm eating and
No,
just-
your mouth is just clenched. It's clenched really tight.
So
Your
my
teeth
jaw
has
is just
nothing to do
practicing
with
to what they
eating.
do.
He's like, he's getting ready for the day. Like,
Fucked up. Let's get ready for breakfast.
Yeah.
I
I've
never
never-
remember my dreams,
Yeah.
ever. I can't remember the last time I remembered a dream, but every time I dream anything, it's the same nightmare, and it's just my bed falling off a cliff in the hell.
Oh my god.
Every time.
you know, now that you
But
mention that,
like no sliding, just
No,
a cliff
just
your bed and then
falling.
straight into hell.
Just
I
straight into hell.
have the same problem. Like, I don't dream. I don't ever have good
Never
dreams.
dreams.
I always have nightmares.
Yeah.
But it's, you know what's
True.
crazy though? Like, I'll be like sleeping, right? I'm having a nightmare. I'm like, damn it. God damn it. And then I'll get up and I'll be like, oh, it's a fucking nightmare. Fucking hell yeah, bitches. I'm going back in. And what I do is I go back to sleep. I'm like, no, and I was like, hell yeah. So I go back in. I'm like, I gotta finish this motherfucker. They ain't gonna end like this. You
No,
know?
but I know there's some people that when they're dreaming, they realize like at some point in their dream that they're dreaming, and that's when they start taking control. And
Yeah.
I never have that.
No.
I can do that, yeah.
I know, I
I
can't.
love that moment. I love it. It's fucking awesome.
No, I've
No,
had
I
those
hate
dreams where
that.
it feels like
Yeah.
you're in a fight with somebody, but you can't punch them.
Yeah.
You feel
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like you feel like you're
Like
fucking
in
swings.
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
The squeaks.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna whip your ass or whatever he's saying. And he's
Yeah.
like, no,
I'm gonna
just-
kick your butt.
Yeah, and he's just like he's like, good, I can go to work after this. No. Or when you try to run, I mean, I can't run in real life anyways, but when you try to run and you can't, you're just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like,
Have you
you're
ever-
fucking on the ground just trying to,
Have you guys ever tried to wake up and your eyeballs are open, but your body doesn't move?
the sleep paralysis.
That's-
I
Yeah,
get
that
those,
shit is
I get
crazy.
those all the time. I get those where I actually throw myself off the bed and fucking fall to wake up. Yeah, like I can't wake up. I can't wake up, and I'm just like in my head. In your head, you're like, like Vicky, like, oh, you can't hear me. And in my head, I'm like, but you're looking around.
Yeah.
You don't
You're
say
looking around.
bitch, don't lie.
And then I'm like, oh, I said, babe, babe. And then she won't hear me for like 15 minutes or something. I'm like, fuck it. So I start doing this number. And I was like, I hope this ground is steady because
I can't even move.
and then I fall off the bed, boom, and I wake up and I was
that shit
like,
happen.
heart rate racing
I
and shit.
can't
Like I
fucking
have a heart attack. Yeah, that's sleep paralysis. Donnie gets that all the time.
I feel like I can't fucking.
No,
breathe.
for me, I don't get sleep paralysis, but if I sleep on my back, I'll have nightmares.
Same here.
And I don't know why. I have sleeping on my back. It's a like guaranteed nightmare. If I sleep on my side, it's just whatever. But on my back, guaranteed nightmare. And I don't know if it's because like I have trouble breathing or something when I'm on my back. But I already know I'm gonna have a bad dream. So even sometimes I'll wake up and I'm like, okay, whew, scary dream. Okay, it's fine. It's
I
fine.
have sleep apnea.
Well, I mean, I can't sleep on my back neither. I feel like I'm choking. I'm like, yeah, I've always had that problem, though.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
I think my body it's like my fucking brain don't know when to fucking breathe. It's like, stop breathing. I gotta breathe, you know? And, you know, I don't know, it's something to do with it.
Like your body's like, don't breathe, but your mind at a certain point is like, well, fucking, we need some oxygen.
Yeah, we're gonna die,
motherfucker.
Yeah.
That shit is dangerous.
Now let me tell you guys a story about.
Oh, you got a good one?
Oh, yeah.
Go for it. Spit it out.
I remember like it was yesterday. Alright, so it was like back in the day, back in Mexico, so it's rated R right now.
Oh, it's gonna be a good one. This is in Mexico. It's a real good one.
Real shit, right? I was like, you know, me and my brother were at this house, right? And then we were living at. And it was like 2 in the morning. We were playing Pokemon cards, you know, like shit like that. And then I hear somebody like, or something said, shh. I was like, what the fuck? I said, you hear that shit? No? Alright. Keep playing and shh. And just kept hearing that shit right in the back of my head. I was like, what the fuck? So I get up, right? Like, I'm like 12, bro. I don't even know what the fuck I'm getting up for or whatever. I look through the window, creaking, I'm looking, I'm like, and I hear shh from the fucking stairs. And I'm just like, at that moment, I'm like, what? And then
But it's in Mexico, so you're like, okay.
Yeah, I didn't really speak good English. I was like, okay. But then, like,
I wouldn't.
I did. Like, I kind of got creeped out for a minute. I was like, and then they were like, hey, and boys in Spanish said, "Mira ven," and I was like,
oh fuck no.
I said, nah, bro. I start fucking panicking, right? I start going in like the shaky moment, right? And then they kept saying like, it even knew my fucking name, bro. It's like, Junior.
You didn't answer, did you?
I was like, fuck. No, I did. I said, fuck no.
I don't supposed to say anything.
Dude, I
don't think that's answering.
Man. I couldn't say it. I was like, hell
You're
no.
responding to whatever they're saying. That's still answering.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to not say shit.
I had one of those when
That's
I was
not
young.
even the worst part, though, bro. See, it kept talking to me. I was a little bitch, right? I was like, oh, Dad. My dad heard us, and he's like, what the fuck y'all want?
Shut the hell up.
Yeah. Yeah, he got up all fucking pissed off. I was like, oh, there's somebody else downstairs. And he was like, ain't no fucking body in here. You know, my dad's kind of gangster, so he's like, man, fuck this shit. He gets down and like, ain't no fucking body down here. And he just kept like, come on, you motherfucker, let's go.
Yeah.
And then, anyways.
It didn't beat him up or nothing.
No, he goes out, he goes back to sleep. And then the next day, bro, I'm fucking shitting my pants right at that moment. I'm still like, I couldn't sleep for like 2-3 days. And then I'm sleeping, right? And I'm like, okay, so if I cover myself, and I just sit here and
safe under the covers.
Yeah, like, that's what I thought.
Every demon, ghost, and ghoul, they know if you put the covers over you,
they can't get
safe base. Safe base.
That's what I thought, right? But I don't know if it was a demon or if it was a fucking a spirit or something, bro. But this is what really tripped me out. I heard a dog type of, entity, right? Like when a dog steps like on the floor, you hear that?
Yeah, their nails.
The nails, right?
I hear that.
That's exactly what I was hearing, and I was like, oh shit, it better not be my old dog come back and haunt me or something like that, Shit, look, see, I'm still, bro, I still remember this shit. Like, it was, this motherfucker jumps in the bed, bro, curls up, right, in a ball, and I'm over there like,
oh, you feel it, like next to you?
Oh, it's on top of my leg, bro.
A dog?
Yeah, like a dog type of entity, right? And I'm tripping the fuck out because I'm only 12, I don't know none of this shit. I don't know if I'm like 12.
I remember that word.
And then, at that time, bro, I was just like, I think I passed out, bro. Because I woke up in the fucking morning, like, and I got up,
Get out.
and and then freaking.
Sorry.
And then I freaking like look at my covers, bro, and there's that like a damn circle, right? Like a dog.
Where he was
yeah,
laying.
where he was laying down, and that's exactly. It looked just like a dog sitting. I mean, laying next to me. So I don't know if it was like the ghost, you know, that was kind of like helping me, or
never heard of
I
that.
don't know, man. It was some crazy shit like
Oh,
that.
the dogs came back to protect you.
Maybe I don't know. It was just weird. It was real
Okay,
weird.
they have the colibri. Isn't that what the spirit guides are? Colibris. Or at least in the movie Coco.
No, that's true.
Laying on your bed that day could have possibly been
And it was
a
protecting you.
It was protecting you from whatever entity was trying to get to you.
Oh, how sweet.
Oh, okay, because you guys said the movie Coco.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, I had one of those too when I was younger. I had to be around my son's age, maybe 11, 12. Where I'm a big mama's boy. So I had this thing when we were by ourselves in the house, I'd be watching TV in the living room, and every like 15 minutes I had to be, Ama!
This is hilarious.
Yeah, I'd be like, Ama! And then she'd be doing like cleaning the house, laundry, whatever. She'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, oh,
I had a
okay.
bunch of rings in my drawer.
And then I needed that comfort, that confirmation that she was there. So then constantly I'd be like, Ama! Ama! She's like, ¿qué quieres? No, okay. And then I was watching TV,
Right.
and I heard my name.
Yeah.
It was the opposite, so it was kind of weird. Yeah, I heard.
Opposite?
It was. She called out for me.
Oh, okay.
She was like, Anthony, and I was like, ¿qué?
And it sounded like your mom.
Yeah, like a female voice. So I wouldn't say my mom, but it was a female voice. And I know it was just us two together in the house.
Right.
So then I'm like, ¿qué? And no answer, and I was like, so then I started getting scared. I was like, ¿qué quiere? Nothing. And I was like, oh fuck. So I get up and I start looking everywhere in the rooms, in the laundry room, and everywhere. I go to her room and she's not even in her room, and I'm like, what the fuck? But the bathroom, I walk past it and I can hear the shower going off. So then it's one of those doors where you can put the penny, and crack it open.
Yeah.
So I opened it. I was like, Amá, ¿qué quiere? She was like, nada, me estoy bañando. No, pues me está llamando. No te llamé.
Oh my God.
And I was like, sí.
That's when you're. That's when
me llamó.
you drop. They just drop. You're like,
I was like, oye mi nombre. Ay, mijo, no te llamé, no le contestes. I was like, ta madre.
Too late for that.
It was too late. I was like,
I had that
15
same
minutes.
story.
15 minutes. I was like looking everywhere for it. She's like, no le contestes. Es el diablo. And I was like,
Oh,
bueno,
God
ya.
damn.
Yeah, I was like, well, ya le contesté. I said, wait.
why can't you answer though? I mean, is there something wrong with that?
That's what my
I
mom
think
said.
I don't know
What
the
I think it
background
is, it's like
of
an
it, but-
open invitation.
Yeah, that's what
You
that's what my
answer,
mom
you
said.
acknowledge them, you give
And
them
then
that
they
like
stay there.
permission
Yeah.
to like
Continue
continue to talk to you.
talk to you or haunt you or
Like
do
a
whatever.
slight attachment.
Like, you know when you see in scary movies and you hear knocking on your door and you're like, I know I'm not expecting anybody, like it's like a real weird hour, and you open the door and then you look around, nothing, you close the door, and then crazy shit starts happening in your house. I think it's that same kind of
You open the
concept.
door and they just. walk in.
You're like, welcome.
Where I work right now, I won't say where I work, but it rhymes with now shit. But
Damn.
at the table that I'm at, I'm by myself. I'm kind of secluded, but there's different hallways, and then there's racks and stuff. And I see people cutting the corners. I see people walking around cutting corners. And when I look, there's nobody there. And it's one of those things where I know if I see you going this way, you're going to have to come back because there's no other way to go.
But there's nobody.
And then nobody ever comes back. And I asked the old lady that I work with, I was like, hey, it's an old company, bro. It's old. I was like, has anybody died in here? She's like, I don't know why.
You scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, and I was like, because I be seeing people cutting corners and they're supposed to come back and they never do. She's like, God, that's a good question. I don't know.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Well, she was like, well, don't bring nothing over here. I didn't bring nothing into this company. I said, the motherfucker, they're already here. I said, what? Fuck you. I said, let me change tables. I said, you change tables. And she's like, no, I already got one foot in the hole and one on the banana peel. She's like, I'm about to be scared of you when I'm gone. I was like, no.
Damn.
Bro, I was like, no.
Hey, this some like Llorona and shit like that. That shit's fucking real, man.
I've heard people talk about where I used to work. There was dudes that they're from Hidalgo, and one of them was like, "Oh, it's real, grown ass man." He was like, "Oh," I mean, I never experienced nothing like that, but he said that people been like, they get sick from it.
Yeah.
Cause they live by un arroyo, and then at night they would
What's
hear
that in
screaming.
English?
The creek.
Yeah, a small
creek.
body of water.
No, I know. I'm just
So-
saying
so
for
that shit-
English listeners.
Oh,
they don't
for
know
English,
what
yeah,
you're
arroyo's a small creek. Yeah, like yeah.
So the fucking Llorona jumped the border as well?
No, this is when they lived in Mexico.
Yeah.
This is when they lived in
She's
Mexico.
international.
I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
Shit, didn't you see the Llorona movie?
No.
They were in fucking
They were in
Cali.
LA.
She
Hey,
al-
but LA used to be part of Mexico.
But then she always gathers around
Cali.
bodies of water
Drinking
because the origin is supposed she drowned her kids.
Yeah.
And she's looking for them. Like, bitch, you better not. You fucked up with your kids. Don't fuck my kids up.
Nah, but apparently, like when you were a kid and shit, that you know, she comes around to be like, fuck with you, you know, like, oh, this might be my kid, but he looks a little weird,
No.
a little special. He's a little fat, but it's okay.
But if you're a fat
I'll
kid,
take them
you're
anyways.
buoyant.
Oh,
You don't drown. This fat kid's taking forever to drown. No.
Maybe
Let's
she's
talk about kid murder.
but apparently
How do we
she's
get
trying.
here?
No, but
Doesn't matter.
apparently she's trying to like get her kids
That's what
back.
La Llorona does.
Yeah, she's
Kills
not trying
kids.
to kill them no more. She's trying to get them back.
Just-
Nah, she's trying to kill them too.
No. She's trying to get him back in the sack because her husband told her before, like when he came back home, he saw that shit. He was like, "Bitch, you crazy."
Yeah,
You
but
know?
she still steals them to drown them because she wants to keep them forever.
Yeah.
But she's dead.
Well,
She's just adding like
She
more
wants-
souls.
she
Yeah,
wants-
more
yeah, she
souls
wants
to
their
her
soul.
little.
I don't know. I got a different interpretation, I guess, from the story I read. It was more
maybe.
like apparently she's like going around looking for kids in the rivers, and that's because she drowned them. She cut them in pieces and drowned them in there.
Huh?
Yeah.
Hey, if they were
No.
cut in pieces, why would she drown them? They're
Yeah.
already dead.
Because they're ghost spirits.
That don't make no
Point
sense.
is, that bitch should catch these motherfucking hands around my kids.
Well, she could, I guess, catch those hands.
You guys ever played the Ouija board? Anybody ever played the Ouija board?
Yes.
Hell no.
Nah.
You played the Ouija board before?
Okay, listen.
Oh my
That
god.
is
Y'all
bad.
explained so many fucking things.
No.
I don't play.
So
it.
you,
Yeah.
Wait, how old were you?
11 or 12.
Oh my.
We've been
Do you
friends for
remember
20
Yvonne?
years.
Hold
Do you
on, where?
remember
Yes,
Yvonne?
I
I
do.
remember.
Does that-
Okay,
Where
so-
wait, where? I hope it was at her house, not at
No,
our
it was
house.
at our house.
Is
That
Why?
fucking
Look,
explains the shit
she
that I
didn't
went
have
through at that house.
Okay, no, her moms did not
Fuck.
allow her to have one.
So you bring
Hold
it
on,
to
hold
our
on.
house?
Time out.
No,
See,
so
that
she made
explains
one.
why
What's up, man?
I went through the
No,
shit I went through
listen.
there, and she had the same dream about the same
listen.
shit that I went through.
No, listen.
She thanks
She
a lot.
brought a notebook and she made one and we
What's
sat
up,
on
Yo-Yo?
the. Do you guys remember the pool?
Yeah,
That was when
one-
the pool was still there and the diving board was still there. So we sat on the diving board, dead ass, I'm not lying.
Oh my god.
We sat on the diving board and she made one, like out of like a notebook piece of paper, and she made it exactly like it.
Oh, that's
It
not
was-
that's not the real one.
But
It's
it
still the
was
same
not.
shit. It doesn't
Does
matter.
it
But
work
then she
though?
put
I mean,
the
does
thing-
It doesn't matter.
I
Does
to
it
this
work?
day I'm like,
Ooh.
Yvonne, you're a piece of shit because I felt like she was moving the thing.
But does
She
it
was
work?
like, I'm not
though?
moving
The
it.
question is, is that true? Like, does it move on its own and shit?
It
like
was moving, but I feel like she was moving it to scare me. But to this day, I don't know. But
that?
we like supposedly were talking to somebody that day, and it was like I was scared, and I was like, "Quit playing."
What if
She
you
was like, "I'm
catch
not
a
playing, Vicky. I'm not moving my fingers," and I was like, "Yes, you are." I was
what
like,
if you catch a ghost that was an ex-rapper and he's like trying to spell it out but rap at the same time? And he's like,
a rapper or a DJ? Because you're talking about a DJ, not a rapper.
no, but like he spelled.
Okay, you're talking about a
He's
DJ.
spelling on the beat.
Yeah, he's.
I don't know, man. All that's just weird. I never.
But I
fucked
did
with
do
it.
that. But it
Wait,
was
hold on.
different
So
Ouija.
what were they spelling out on the
Yeah.
Ouija board?
What were they?
She was the one asking the question.
Okay,
so
so
she
what are the
was like,
questions?
"Is there anybody here?" And it was like, "Yes." I don't remember the person that it spelled out. I can't remember the name. That I was like 11 or 12, and I was scared out of my mind. So it's something I don't want to ever like remember because I swear to God, I was like, "Yvonne, you're a piece of shit if you're really doing this right now." Because I was like, we're gonna fucking fall off this diving board into no water because that pool, if you guys remember,
It was stupid
empty.
deep.
And
And it was
stupid
also
deep.
like it was like 12 feet, right?
Yes, and we're sitting on it like
I
a
gotta
teeter
You're
totter.
not gonna believe this.
You know what I
This
mean?
is
We're sitting on it
this
like a
is
teeter
fucking
totter,
legit.
front to front, on that diving
You
board.
gotta get him.
Oh, I'm telling you right now.
And yes,
I
it
got
was
a
just
real,
something
real,
I
real,
don't
real-
have like
on the
details
real
to that
good
story because it was really scary.
I remember.
me.
Let's see. Where did it all start? There's actually this is not my story, but this is my dad's story. And you know, like, cause see, my dad has like a bunch of you know, my dad's always been in deep shit, right, all the time. So all his homies are always like, you know, straight gangsters, right? So he has this.
Mexico?
Yeah. You know, so he has this one homie that his name is Pancho. If you know who you are. No. This is where we, another place we stay or whatever. So he was him and his homie go to his other homie's house named Donnie, right? And he was like fucking. They were like, they were gonna go into this house, and my dad's homie, Pancho, he's like, hey, bro, he's like, I don't know, man. So I'm starting to get a little weird. He's like, why? He's like, why are you acting like a little bitch all the time? Cause that's how, my dad's kind of like, he'd be like, he's like, no, he's like, he's like, bro, he's like, I don't know, man. He's like, I don't know. It's like something happened here, huh? And he was like, yeah, what? He's like, I don't know, I'm just getting this bad vibe. He's like, alright, fuck it, just come on, quit being, whatever. So they go in the house, right, to my dad's homie, and it's,
Is it an abandoned house?
No, it's his house, right? It's
his house.
His house, Donnie's house. So,
My house?
No.
so they go in the crib, right? And it's my dad's compadre. So he's like, hey, what's up? What's going on? And they were just talking and shit. And then out of the nowhere, Pancho starts feeling funny, right? He's like, bro, we gotta get out of here, man. He's like, I'm not feeling good. I'm telling you right now, I'm feeling really, and he was
feeling ill.
Yeah, he just drops. And my dad's, I don't know if you guys don't know him, but my dad's a solid dude. He would never lie on some shit like this. He says, this fool drops, right? And my dad's like, what the fuck? Hey, bro, he's like, what's going on? So he said out of nowhere, he opens his eyes and he stands straight up. And this is a big motherfucker. He's like at least 250, 6 feet tall. And he's just like, he looks at his at my dad's compadre and Dani, and he's like, carnal. He's like, you gotta stop doing what you're doing, man. He's like, if you keep doing this, what you're doing, you're gonna end up in a bad spot like I did. And it's his brother talking to him because. Oh,
so he got possessed.
Yes, his brother got.
His brother went into. Oh, his brother got killed like a ghost vibe.
Yeah, his brother took his buddy, my dad's buddy's body and started talking.
So the homeboy was like Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah.
And then the ghost went into her, and then he was like,
yeah. So he's telling him, he's like, hey, he starts hugging him. He's like, hey, hey, stop fucking with all this shit, man.
His voice changed?
Yeah,
he said he sounded like the brother.
Yeah, he said he starts acting, saying words that like him. Look, I'm getting goosebumps, bro. I'm telling you. And like he was telling him.
You're not supposed to be a goosebump.
I don't got no scare, right? But
yeah, you're right.
But see, the thing is, bro, he starts telling him like, hey, carnal, he's like, leave this shit, leave this lifestyle, man. He's like, that ain't no good. He's like, our godly father, he's like, he doesn't approve of this shit. He's like, I want to go home. He's like, I want to leave. He's like, and he's just telling him like that he can't leave because of what happened. See, he got killed by a cartel.
He's like stuck in purgatory.
Yeah. So the way he died is like, he got shot out by the cartel, right? Because he was doing some other shit. So they showed up to his house and he just started banging, and obviously died. And his brother Donnie was still in that shit, and he was just he was deep. They were both deep in it. Well, obviously he's still deep in it, but he was telling him like you gotta get out of this life, man. It's like it's no good. He's like it ain't gonna get you nowhere. So basically, he's like my mom is like my mom's suffering. He's like stop doing that shit. It's like and
your
then,
grandma.
Well, his Donnie's mom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he was basically just telling him like.
So that dude got possessed by the brother.
Yeah. And then the crazy shit is this.
If that wasn't crazy enough, huh?
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now. That is this. So he lets you in the
He's
brother.
like an infomercial guy. But wait, there's more.
Oh, there is more, bro. I'm telling you right now. Fucking Donnie is like, he's just like, he just can't believe it, bro, because he ain't faking. This is a real dude, okay? This is a real motherfucker too, like, and he couldn't fucking like convey what the fuck was going on. He just said he was looking at him like shaking and shit, and then
scary.
he just like he just like lets him
went
go.
out, yeah.
Lets him go out. He's just sweating his fucking ass off. He's pouring his sweat, and then he's telling my dad, he's like, hey, bro, we gotta go. He's like, I don't want to be here no more. And then he was like
nothing happened.
like yeah, he's like I gotta go. He's like, and then he's like, why? He's like, it already happened. He's like, no, you don't understand. He's like, there's another dude right here, and he's like, he doesn't want me to be.
Oh
in
yeah,
here.
he's Whoopi Goldberg for
Yeah,
sure.
there's another motherfucker.
You ever seen that movie Ghost? Anybody that's listening, you know what I'm talking about, Ghost.
That's with
You see that
that one guy
With
that
Patrick, I think it's Patrick Swayze.
Swayze.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then anyways, keep going.
So basically,
The people will know what I'm talking about. That bitch is Whoopi Goldberg, and then she's like, hey, okay, go.
So basically, he was telling my dad, he's like, I gotta go. And he's like, we gotta go. He's like, because he's like, I'm not worried about him. He's like, I sensed him when he was coming in. He was in a bad spirit. He's like, he was just trying to go home.
Yeah.
He wanted some flowers, and he said he wanted something like for you to go visit him. Because it's true, man. I mean. Okay, so basically, you know, that guy, bro. I mean, my dad's homie was telling him he had to go because he said I wasn't worried about him. He's like, I could sense him. He was a good spirit, you know, and stuff like that. He's like, but this right here that I'm seeing right now is not what I want to fucking. He's like, I don't want that shit in me. He's like, that shit's.
The first one was okay.
Yeah.
The second one.
He's like, that's pure hate, bro. He's like, it's pure hate, and it's telling me right now if I don't leave, it's gonna be some business. Like, you know.
So did he already know that he could do that?
Yeah, he just never tells people because they.
So
all
he was
what
you call it?
A medium.
A medium.
Clairvoyant.
Yes.
He was
He's a
clairvoyant.
medium.
He's still a medium.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was clairvoyant. He was a medium.
So
I don't know what that other word means, but I know the word medium.
Somebody Google it.
I'm an extra large.
I'm extra large.
But basically, bro, it's like, I mean, you know, they left and shit, but you know, that homie's still doing what the fuck he's doing. You know, I don't know. Once you get into that shit, you're just deep in it.
Yeah, that's creepy.
But
He was
it's,
clairvoyant, yeah.
whew, I'm telling you right
I
now
don't know
that,
how to spell that.
yeah, that's just something else. Bro. It's really something else that you just can't handle.
Well, I have a haunted story in Arvin,
Yeah, Arvin, California.
Arvin, California.
It's up there towards fucking Bakersfield. It's like
Yeah,
20 minutes. away from
basically,
Bakersfield.
I feel like it's Bakersfield.
Oh.
I always said I lived in Bakersfield for that short period of time.
Shout out to Arvin. We had one fucking road, bro. That's
For
it.
real, one road, and then there was like a Burger King, a
That's like
grocery
Claremont.
store, and
Kind of like here.
Downtown Claremont.
a doctor's office. I think that's all we
It had one clinic, one post office, one grocery.
store, and like
Yeah,
a Burger
one
King.
pharmacy.
You guys keep
It had
counting?
one of everything.
Just
Like for you
one.
to survive
Oh god.
in a city,
everything you
it had
needed.
one of everything.
Yeah.
And it was all on one street too.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually really convenient if you live near that street.
It was terrible.
Yeah, it was a fucking.
I've never, you know where we come from. I've never seen nothing like that. It
I
was
mean,
just
until
like,
we moved here.
No, it was literally like there was no like
It was shitty.
trees or
I used to
grass.
just like tumbleweeds.
There was nothing. It
rolling
was
down
just
the
like
street.
fields
That's
where
how.
people would
That's
work
kind
and
of
pick.
like how Lindsay was.
Oh,
You know,
yeah?
like picking,
Lindsay
like
was
picking
like that.
strawberries.
Right now it's not like that.
I
That was-
don't know. You know,
it
where
was-
people live.
Oh.
There was
Like
no
all
like.
fields.
So
Right.
that's why you
It's
saw
fun.
and then
Yo, okay.
Yeah, there was no like major anything. I think.
It was
Farmland.
I think
Yes.
Burger
Kind of
King,
like courage, right?
Burger King was the only
Like
thing that was.
Courage the Cowardly
Yeah,
Dog.
like that, like that.
yeah, a little bit.
Yes.
You know what? A
Okay,
little
like
bit.
that, okay.
Cheers to courage.
That's all you had to say.
Cheers to courage.
The Cowardly Dog.
Yeah, that's the best
It was a good person.
He's Halloweeny.
Yeah. I love courage.
Yeah.
I was fucking scared of everything.
Honestly,
And then the
honestly,
dad be like,
courage.
"Shut up!"
Courage
He would be.
was the most fucking terrifying show.
As a kid,
as a
hell
kid,
yeah.
man.
And it would. I feel like I would only
Yeah.
watch it at
What's
night.
crazy though is he was a fucking like he was so scared of everything, but he was the
He was
bravest
the smartest
motherfucker.
one.
He was the
scared,
smartest. He was
but
the
the
one that
bravest.
fixed
He would
Yeah.
always say
problems.
Muriel.
Yeah.
Like, fuck Muriel's husband.
Yeah, no, that was
Hey, he was
Bro.
solid for her, you know, because
You guys probably won't
Because she
relate
was
to
the
it.
only one that
Yeah.
was nice to him.
The scariest show I ever seen was a show called Dark Shadows. You guys ever seen it?
Is that a kid show though?
No.
No, because we're talking about
Yeah,
Courage
yeah,
and
we're talking about-
Courage and
Yeah, but I was a kid. I was a kid.
Actually,
Okay,
what we're talking
anyways,
about is my
yeah.
story. So.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know how we got here. but
Back to our
Back to the
We'll
story.
go back to that,
Arvin.
though.
Yeah.
We'll go back to
Shout out
it.
to Arvin. Just
That's
kidding.
the
I don't
old
like it.
generation.
So we're living at this
Anyway,
house.
so we're living with this really young family.
Crackhead family.
No, they were
Pretty
on,
much.
They were on crank.
Crank meth.
Let's not get
Whatever. Let's
twisted.
not get into it. No. So yeah, they were really bad on drugs, but they had these 2 little kids, and I was at that time pregnant with Melina, and that's when me and Anthony had gotten back together. We've been together for 18 years, y'all. I was 15.
Nobody cares.
Yes,
Something
wow.
like that. I was 15 or 16 already.
Hater, it don't look good on you, bro.
I was 16.
Hold on. Yeah.
I was 16 because I
Hold
was
on.
pregnant.
How old were you?
So 21.
And you guys were talking shit about me?
Not when we got together. When we got together, I was 19.
When me and him got together, I was 15 and he was 19.
I want to get
You're
to the
talking
story.
shit about
I know.
your age, yeah, but I'm not gonna say that.
29 and she was 15.
No, you're being extra.
22. It don't matter. It
Who
don't matter. It don't
The
matter.
point is, yeah, we were living.
He's the one that brought it up. I don't know why
Yeah,
you trying
he
to
did.
talk shit.
No, I think I asked.
Start
I
over.
think
I'm
I
definitely,
asked.
I'm definitely gonna cut that part out.
Okay.
Please.
I'm gonna cut it out to right here. Go ahead.
Yes. So we were living in this house with this young family, and they were on drugs, and they had 2 small children, and I was pregnant with my daughter. I was, I think, 16, and so we were just, all young, living there, and it was just really a struggle. So sometimes, well, this one time, me and Anthony got into, like,
Meth?
No.
Oh.
Well, she was pregnant.
I'm sorry.
pregnant.
Sorry about
So
that.
no,
We
sir,
got into- we got
I was
into a
super
small
sober.
Oh, okay.
A small spat.
I don't spat.
Yeah.
I don't condone doing anything while you're pregnant. Anyway, we just got into an argument, so I was like, I'm gonna go to the living room. I was like being stubborn. I was like, I'm not sleeping in there today. I'm gonna sleep in the living room. At this time, our cat was missing that we had took from the valley, San Fernando, all the way to Arvin.
Oreo.
His name was-
Wait, he appeared
so
over
San
there?
Fernando.
No.
No,
this
we
was-
had
we-
818.
We brought,
We didn't live here yet.
No, I know, but he like
We brought
No,
our cat to that place.
We
to
lived in
the
the
house.
valley, Reseda. Oh,
But he was-
shout out to Reseda.
But at that point,
And we moved
when
to Arvin.
since my cat, I think got scared when we moved in, that he
Right.
was like, "Where did you bring me?" And he ran off.
He never liked that house, bro. He was always
Yeah,
trying to
he
go out the
didn't.
house.
Because he
He
fucking
didn't.
knew.
He probably
Probably.
knew.
He
Yeah.
knew. Animals always sense that type of shit.
I wish
So
we
he-
had some shit like that.
So
We
he
were
ran
so
out,
stupid, right? We're
and
like, oh,
at
we
that
can go
time
anywhere.
he wasn't
Yeah.
in the house, y'all. So I'm sitting on the couch, I'm watching a movie, and the door was directly to the right of me, like by my face, the front door. They had the couch like right against the door, like so it was like I could grab the doorknob if I wanted to.
Right.
And I just hear the doorknob moving, and I'm just like, oh my god. At first I thought like Oreo's back or something, but I don't just open the door now. I went to the window on the other side of the door, which was in the like a dining room, to look out there. And I couldn't see anything, and I was like, okay, fuck that, I'm not opening the door, because past experiences. So I'm like, so I sat back down on the couch, and I was like, no. And I was a little bit scared, but I was so angry, Anthony, I was like, no, fuck that.
Pride, that's the same.
Yes. So I was like, nope. So I sat back down, continued watching TV, and then the doorknob starts actually
Oh,
moving.
hell no.
And then
The
I was
doorknob.
like,
No, but see, hold on. My cat in California, he was trained.
Mhm.
We used to let him out to use the restroom. I mean, a cat.
and he would
He would
slap.
go in the
Oh, sandbox?
Yeah, in the sandbox.
Right.
But he would like to go out and fuck around and do whatever. But
Yeah.
when he was gonna come in, I don't know who trained him. He just learned that on his
He
own.
jumped.
He would jump and hit
And
the
just hit the
he
doorknob.
hit the doorknob. Yeah, and we knew that it
So
was
that's why
Oreo.
I was like, dude, it's
So we would
Oreo.
open the door and let
first
him in.
time though.
That's crazy.
This
Yeah.
time,
So she thought it was a cat.
the first time.
Yeah.
Oh.
The second time, the door was actually moving, and I saw
Turning,
it
like jiggling.
Yeah.
like
You didn't lock
jiggling, and I was like,
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
locked.
no, it was locked, but
Like
still.
with like child-proof shit.
No, like I mean the top,
Like
the
adult
bolt,
proof,
the
bitch.
bolt was
Oh.
locked.
I would have been like, bro, you gotta get, you know.
But I was just like sitting there, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like maybe I'm like
I'm scared.
I'm scared, but I'm like maybe I'm just tripping, And I was still like that mad at Anthony though. I was like, I'm still not gonna go like get help or whatever.
And that's on being una tóxica.
Exactly. So I just sat there again, and then it started again, and then I was just like, so I just kind of started scooting that way on the couch, because that was the long couch, and the one that was this way was the little, like the love seat.
Damn.
So I just scooted over, and then the way the kitchen was, it was like across from the dining room, but there was like a long wall, so I couldn't see the stove, but I can see like the cabinets, and then the wall was there, so then I couldn't see further in. So at that point, I see like a tall, like man figure.
Oh shit.
With like short hair, and it just goes, and then I'm like, oh my god, but I can't see it. It just disappears into
the kitchen.
Into the kitchen. The rest
Y'all
of the
gonna have
that
to
I
walk
can't
me
see.
to my fucking car.
And
man.
as soon as I saw that,
Take with you.
I got up off the couch and I ran down the hall all the way to Anthony, and I fucking was like pounding on him, and I was like crying at this point, crying. I'm like, oh my god, this happened, and he was like, just like, what the fuck? And then I'm like telling him the next
I was like,
morning.
oh, you need me now? What the fuck? No.
You didn't even know. You were like, just what? And like I told him what happened from beginning to end.
So I go out there and I was like looking in the kitchen and looking around.
Yeah.
I didn't see
But the next day, we told the story to.
yeah, we told the
to
owners.
people that live
Well, not
there.
the owners, the people that live there.
That lived there with us, and they were a young couple. But her father had died in that computer room that I used to go to.
We slept in the back room, and the one closest to the living room. That's where he would stay.
Yeah,
he had
he
passed
stayed there.
away.
He passed away
He
there.
passed away, and they didn't even tell us about it.
But the thing was,
Which
she
I
was
mean,
like,
yeah, I mean, you don't have to.
but
I mean,
still.
it was a tragic thing. That's
my
fine.
thing was, she was like, well, can you tell me like what you saw, or just a figure of like the length, the tallness, everything? And as she didn't ask me any questions, she just asked me to tell her. And when I told her, she was like immediately, which creeped me the fuck. I was like, that was my dad.
Yeah.
He was a tall man. He was
The
this
description
figure.
that she gave her. She
Yeah.
was like,
And I was
that's
like,
my
what do
dad.
you mean that
And then
was your
Yeah,
dad?
and then she starts
What
crying
the
like,
fuck?
you saw my dad, and I was
Yeah,
like,
and I was like, are you fucking serious?
Like, bitch, I don't give a fuck who the fuck I saw.
Nah, y'all
I
gonna
was
have to
just like,
fucking
what
walk
the
me
fuck?
to my truck, bro.
Yeah.
Cause I'm telling you right now, I'm
I
gonna
was
take
like,
all the
after that-
fucking. I'm gonna go to the street with lights
With
all
lights,
the way
right?
to home, bro. I'm telling you, I didn't want no
After
surprises.
that,
and
we
shit,
didn't- we
bro.
didn't-
The light in the fucking truck is gonna be
Yeah,
on,
like-
on the inside.
Make sure that nobody
Yeah.
in the background.
That was the
Like
worst.
baby killer. Oh.
After that, I was like,
Oh,
we're
hell
not
no.
staying out here. We didn't stay there for much longer.
Much
after that.
longer we left,
But
but
when it was
Stayed one
nighttime,
more night?
oh yeah, we stayed there for a
Oh,
few
when it was
months.
nighttime, I'm like, fuck it.
Wow.
Go to the room.
Damn, the
Go to the
ball.
room and don't
But-
come out no more. That's it. I
But
was
did
like,
you
fuck
have
that.
any weird experiences at the
I
house?
never did.
He said he never did, and that what makes I guess what makes me so angry
He
is
was
that I
chilling
know
with
that
that
like it wasn't me like being like, well, I was drunk or I was really
High.
high or anything, because I was pregnant. I was not drinking or smoking or doing anything for that matter.
That's crazy.
So like
Yeah.
I know that experience
So she was
was
sober,
real.
Sober.
Sober.
Like sober.
She wasn't half asleep.
Yeah, I wasn't like tired. It wasn't a dream.
God damn, bro.
Like it was
I never had nothing
real.
that crazy happen to me.
No.
Besides the.
That's what makes it so scary for me, that I was like, sometimes you can be like, well, like it was late at night, I had a glass of wine, or I had a bunch of beer, and like I saw this or that, and
you
like
could blame it on something?
you can
Yeah.
blame it on something and be like, well, I was just probably fucked up, I was just probably drunk.
I was drunk.
Yeah, and in those cases I was not.
The only crazy thing I ever
Therefore-
witnessed was going back to the Ouija board stuff, which I told you the
Yeah.
other day.
You told us.
My parents, they're real churchy, and then people used to invite them
They are
to go. Well, they're still churchy. They would go to people's houses.
really religious.
Like if somebody was sick, if they needed help or whatever, they would go and have these prayer groups at people's homes.
That reminds me, we watched Nacho Libre the next day. We watched Nacho Libre the next day.
Not to
after
cut
our
me off.
story.
Yeah, that's to cut you off.
Not to cut you off,
No, but it reminds me.
Yeah.
Because
So
Nacho
then-
Libre went into that old lady's house, and he thought that her husband was dead.
Yeah.
He put the quarters
coins.
and that rag, and he turns around and he's like talking to the old lady. And
He's like, Messi, rest in peace.
May he rest in peace, and then he just sits up, and the coins fall off,
Like,
and he's like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
he had a lush garden
Yeah.
Oh, God.
and a nice collection of Russian
Russian.
nesting dolls.
Yeah.
And then you hear the fucking thing fall, and he's like, yeah. No, but yeah, so they used to invite my parents to go pray for. It doesn't matter what it was, but they obviously do house calls.
Right.
And I was young, so they always bring me along because they couldn't leave me with anybody. Everybody was a lot older than me. So then we went. It was an apartment
Nobody
building.
wanted to take care of you.
So then it was an apartment building, and they're in California. They're squared, and then they go up like there's apartments all in like in a square like this, all the way up.
They're
Maybe
just
3
tall
floors, 4
I
floors,
really don't
whatever.
think they're like that, bro. I think
Yeah.
they're just
Some of
straight
them
up.
are.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying, but like I'm saying, apartments.
You had that big hole in the middle.
Yeah.
And then in the middle,
Where there's pools
in the middle is where
other shit.
the pool was.
Yeah.
So then we get to the apartment, they let us in, and then we're going up these stairs, and there was a few kids. I want to say it was like 3 or 4 kids on the stairs playing the Ouija board.
Oh fuck, man.
Yeah, they were playing, and my dad's like, ooh. Mm-hmm. So
But who lets kids like out in the open just play with the Ouija board?
I don't know. We didn't
That's
live
like
there.
something you see in a movie.
We didn't live there.
I was gonna say that's kind of creepy, bro. I would have been
So
like,
then-
that would have been number 1 red flag.
Yeah, I would be like, nah, we gotta go.
When he was little.
Yeah. So it's my dad. He's in front. My mom, and then I'm behind my mom. So it's all
And
3 of us.
His dad's
So
carrying the Bible.
Yeah, my dad always has a Bible with him.
Mm-hmm.
He'll go to the gas station, the park, wherever. He always
Yeah.
has a Bible with him.
Damn.
So
He'll
he's going
dead
out.
ass like stop people and just have like whole
conversation with
25-minute
them about it.
conversations.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
True facts.
So then he's going
I
up the
remember
stairs
this.
like this, and right when my dad passes the kids playing the Ouija board with the Bible, that thing I don't. They were holding like and the boards shoots out, whew, all the way to the side, and it falls. It goes under the gate and falls inside the pool. Yeah, like if somebody threw it. And the kids get scared. They're like, oh my God. And my dad's like, oh, yeah, now you want to say, oh my God? He's like, you shouldn't be playing that in the first place. Like, that's nothing but evil. And then he just walks, he keeps walking. And then I'm like, and my mom's like,
I'm still so shook because.
and then I'm like, and then usually.
And then he's like, let me call my mom so that I can
Yeah.
confirm his story. And I'm just like, nah, like I
Let's
believe
call
you.
her.
You want to make a quick phone call?
Yeah, let's call her.
No, I don't want to
Now that's
call
a solid
her.
story.
I'll call her off.
That's a
off
solid
her.
story. That's crazy, bro.
So then he goes in, and usually they would go in and pray to the house, and I wouldn't. It gets real deep in there, and I would stay outside and play with the other kids. But I was like, if that's what they're playing with, I was like, and I'll take my chances upstairs with y'all. So I went into the house. Yeah,
That would have been like that.
I stayed inside the house, and I was like,
Kick part of the
Yeah.
rest of
I was trying to process what I saw. I was like, dude, who the fuck threw that? And it was a trick, bro. It didn't happen.
God
It
damn.
happened.
That shit sounds like a fucking movie, bro.
I'm still trying to hear your mom's take on that because I not that I don't believe you, I believe you because you've been trying to call your mom like all day and I'm like no.
It happened.
But I'm gonna let you call your mom off camera because we're not
Yeah.
trying to have you.
All right. Welcome back to Olla de Frijoles. Straight up, no chaser, where it's our spooky podcast or whatever you want to call it. So welcome back. We have stories about shit that freaks you out. It can be about anything. And I think Donnie has one to start off with.
Oh, my alien story. Okay. So, I don't know why I had this dream, but I feel like it was an actual thing that happened to me. And I don't know if it's because of the movie, The Fourth Kind. So in that movie...
Great movie.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
I've been trying to fucking watch it, and I have to pay for it, which...
So for those that haven't watched it,
You haven't seen it? You gotta watch it, bro.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Old.
Because it
It's not that old.
Real
No,
quick,
it's new, but I'm saying it's old.
It's so great because it has parts that the movies are trying to recreate, but it has footage of
Like
what actually
real life,
happened.
yeah.
And they'll put it side by side, like the real footage,
Plus the reenactment.
real raw footage, and then
The
the
reenactment.
movie, the reenactment. It's fucking awesome. Bro.
So it's about aliens, and there's 4 different interactions that aliens come to you by. And I feel like
2009, sorry.
so the I guess the interaction
Random.
the interaction I had with aliens was the first kind. And the reason why I feel like it was real life because usually when I have dreams, they're never vivid, they're never realistic, they're always kind of dark, and and there's always so many like details that I can't remember. Usually when I wake up, I'm just like I pretty much forget my dream like right there on the spot.
Right.
But this dream, the whole setting of the dream was at my house, like detail for detail. It was my house, like nothing changed. It wasn't like this or like in addition to the house. It was all exactly like the same layout.
You had a dream exactly as you were in your home.
Yeah, and like I said, like my dreams are detailed and they're dark. This one was like vivid. Like I remember like everything. So like I was in my house, the aliens pretty much took me from my room, and then whatever happened in their spaceship happened, because you know you always don't remember that.
Okay.
And then they put me on the porch, like butt ass naked.
Are you talking about the front porch, the side porch?
On the left side of the house.
Where we like grill out?
Yeah, where we grill.
Oh,
like the long porch.
Okay.
They just laid me there because they were done doing whatever the fuck that they did to me, and then
You had to get in through the sliding glass
I went back
doors?
into my room, and then I woke up, and then I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Did you have clothes on or were you naked?
No, when I woke up, I was clothed.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, no. I was like,
That was too real.
It was too real for it to be like.
Damn, that's weird.
It was too real for it to be fake. Like I don't dream like that.
Did
never
you wake
do.
up sore in any places? Like your arms?
I don't remember.
When you got tied down?
And I know it wasn't because of that movie, because I saw that movie. I saw it like maybe a couple times, like years
But like
later.
we said, this movie was like 2000 what?
Yeah, and then when I had that dream, I hadn't seen that movie in a long time because that movie is old.
Yeah.
So I was like, I know it wasn't like, oh, that movie was like fresh in my mind or anything
I
like
just
that.
watched it. It was playing in my head.
Yeah, it wasn't anything like that. I was like, nah. Like, I don't have dreams like this. Like, even when I have nightmares.
I don't know.
No, even when I have nightmares, I'll wake up and I'm like, no, I know that was a dream.
Yeah.
But this
I
time
hate that shit.
This time it was completely different. It was like, no, like this was too fucking real. Like, I'm like, it was almost like I woke up in like a cold sweat type.
See, but I have those and I know they're dreams. That's the weird part.
No, this one I woke up and I was like, no, this was not a fucking dream.
No, but I'm saying I wake up thinking things are real. Like I have dreams that our mom died, Anthony's died. I've had a dream that Johnny died. And I wake up crying, like hysterically. I'm crying in my dream, obviously, because the person died. But then when I wake up, I'm full blown, like, just tears and tears and tears. And then, because I'm crying so hard, I'm like sitting in my bed or wherever I fell asleep, knowing that obviously that was not the truth.
No, but I don't have dreams like that.
Oh, I do.
I don't.
I hate them.
My dreams aren't vivid like that. I don't wake up like and I like sit up straight up and I'm like.
Oh,
no, I
do.
I like wake up.
Suck ass.
I wake up. I look around and I'm like, all right, I'm in my room.
Oh,
okay,
no.
yeah. I wake up like that. Yeah, I'm like, this was all fake. Like I just been watching too many scary movies.
They trying to get me.
Yeah.
Johnny has a alien story.
I got none.
No UFO stories?
No, hell yeah, dude.
Quit being lame.
Shit. So, this was in 2001 or 2002.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I went
What does that
camping.
even mean?
What? I'm
I went
referring to
camping
you.
at
Okay, I don't say that. I'm
Yosemite
just like
National Park.
He said absolutely.
And we were out there for a week. And this one night, so it was me, my best friend, and his brother. We were sleeping in a tent. And then, you know, everybody else had their own tents.
You said where?
Yosemite.
Oh, you said.
And
When was this? What year
What
was
is
this?
this?
Yosemite. It's over there by.
Oh.
It's over there near Central
It
California.
was 2011, right?
No, I said it was like in 2000, like 2001 or
Oh,
2002.
absolutely.
And
Alex?
Bro.
yeah,
Okay.
it was that.
So I
that
remember
week
that backpack
yeah.
I got
It
from
was
that.
that week that we went up there.
Yep.
So we're like in our tents, right? And like I was asleep and his brother was asleep, and this motherfucker was actually awake. He was getting high. And
High off what?
weed.
Wait, no.
Yeah, he was
Make
smoking
that
weed.
clear.
He was smoking weed.
That was just weed,
And-
guys. Just weed.
It wasn't like fucking
And
LSD
he
or
like
nothing.
wakes me up. He's like, "Hey, Johnny, wake up, wake up." I'm like, "Dude, what the fuck?"
So you were sober?
I was asleep, so yeah, I was sober.
Ish.
No, I was sober. I was sober.
Ish.
I was sober.
Damn it.
So I get up, I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And he's like, "Dude, check this out. Like, I just need you to look out here and tell me if I'm actually seeing what I think I'm seeing." I'm like, "What?" So I look at the fucking tent, and you know the fucking out there in Yosemite, they got the redwoods. They're fucking one of the tallest fucking trees in the world. And he's like, "Dude, look up there." I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I look up, and all I see is like a bunch of fucking lights just hovering over the fucking trees. No fucking noise whatsoever. Wasn't helicopters, nothing. Just hovering, and they're moving slowly.
Just like random, or were
Just
they in like
random,
a
no.
certain shade?
I couldn't tell because you're just looking like
Oh, 'cause
above
of
the trees.
trees.
There's like a lot of trees, so you're
Okay.
just looking like past the trees, and you just see lights. And
But it wasn't like an airplane.
no, fuck no, because they were right on, right above.
They
the
were
fucking
low
trees.
enough.
Yes,
Were they bright?
fucking bright as shit. They were bright and like they're just hovering.
Did they have that?
We just
that?
no. There was like absolutely like there was.
There's
no-
what
there was
are you
like-
talking about?
Oh,
Speaking about X-Files.
It's not
No.
the soundtrack.
No.
You sounded like
It was just.
the fucking ice cream. Fucking the ice cream.
Yeah.
Like, hey, can I get a chocolate? That's not even. What the fuck?
Can you get
Hey,
a
you just
SpongeBob
relax and just
paleta
walk
and
this
a Spider-Man paleta, please? But no, that's not
a
what
hovering ice cream
Yeah.
truck, imagine. And he just drops down the paletas
it was.
down
Boom,
to
there
you.
you go.
Thank you.
Is that a floating drumstick?
But yeah, nah. So they're just fucking just moving, and they, like we just stared at them till like they just kind of like vanished from our sight, and we're like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And I was like, "Fuck this shit," and I went back to bed. The next fucking morning, we asked everybody in the fucking little campsite if they had seen anything like that, and everybody's like, "Nah, you guys are fucking just high or something." It's like, "Nah, fucking work," and that was one of the fucking like UFOs. I didn't know what the fuck I saw.
This
is so
And I know
intriguing.
that's what that was.
Yeah.
And the thing about it
Fucking
is though,
lips already.
like I did my research, and
You're not
Yosemite
black
National
anymore.
Park is one of the hot spots for like UFO sightings.
Because there's a lot of
Really?
polar energy there.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another place in
Polar?
I mean, I
Texas.
miss the science.
There's
She's always
another-
got like all the information.
Polar.
Yes.
There's
And
another
also like
Right.
New Mexico
Cold?
too,
Cold?
or like
No,
polar,
like-
polar. Like you
Yeah.
know how the
Magnetic.
neurons and the protons of an atom, like they kind of
It's like
balance
an-
out.
And inside of a man,
Energy.
you find the
Nucleus.
Yes. But there's this.
You gotta
red-
squeeze your butt.
There was this.
No, my gosh, you're so
What?
stupid. Anyway.
not
You
Yosemite.
I've seen that movie, but I don't remember.
Oh my god.
When he's trying to impress the nun.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
gonna take
just-
you out of
okay.
I know I
I
watched
wanna
it,
hear
but I
what
think
you
I was
guys
drunk, so I don't remember everything.
Okay.
You're not a real
I forgot.
You
No, I
Polar.
need to hear what you were gonna say.
The polar.
You said that there
I'm
was
trying
this
to see it, but I
place.
can't.
There was this.
Or there
I
is this
I
place.
forgot. I think it was called Sunset Ranch in Texas. It was a story about a family. It was an all-American family. So they used to
Cherokee?
they used to trade Angus cattle, like the premium shit. Okay, so they bought this big plot of land, and in it,
It's Skinwalker Ranch, and it's in Utah.
yes, okay, that's
Oh, you
what
know about
what
that.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
I thought there's one in Texas too, but so that place. It reminded me of what you said because they kept seeing lights, like orbs of
Yes. Floating everywhere.
light floating
But
everywhere.
what there's this one instance where one of the owner of the place, he looked through some binoculars to see what the fuck it was, and he could see through it,
Yeah.
and he saw like blue sky, like through the
What?
fucking orb, like it was like
Yeah.
a portal to another
It was
dimension.
a portal.
What
Yes.
a wormhole.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
his dog evaporated
Yeah.
because it went chasing after the
Yeah.
orb of light and it evaporated because I guess
Like
it
he
caught
found,
it.
yeah, he found it, and they were like, it was actually like 4 dogs, I think, and they
Yeah.
were like charred up. They basically,
They
Evaporated.
yeah.
they took care of them.
No.
Like I mean, they fried them, you know.
But then-
Whatever the orbs were, it fucking.
I mean, they probably
it
got like
fried 'em.
space guns, right? Like
I
you know,
don't
whatever.
So
know.
it
Fuck it
burns up
was.
to a crisp.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Like, this is like-
poor dogs.
It's fucked up.
I mean, it's fucked up. Hope, please don't fry me. If you hear me.
Yes.
I ain't talking shit, I swear.
But yeah, and that place
Just
is
asking
that place is
questions.
still there.
It is there, yeah, and they're actually doing I think it's just like a paranormal activity kind of exploration on it. The government is because that man went and got everybody involved. He didn't believe in aliens, and he's like, "This is just somebody fucking with me." And then they ended up. There was a crew that went out there, and they actually ended up finding actual like people.
Men in black.
Yeah.
You know, they have that machine where they can like tell
Yeah,
the
like
energy is different. There's some
like
kind of
the ghost hunter type
wave.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did he stop searching?
But
Hey,
the
yeah,
one,
that's
see, the
my
people
boss
that
is a
she's
ghost
talking about are actual scientists
he's
that
not.
were out there.
Yes,
Did they did he stop searching after that?
No, the guy, the head of the family, he decided to stay at the ranch and help with the maintenance. But they're still doing research. Like, they ended up buying the farm from him so that they could research it because he couldn't live there. His cattle kept going missing.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Nah, they lasered him. They
I know at one point,
No, they
like
did.
the
Men in
first,
black?
the
Yeah,
first-
that's what I just said.
like
probably
the
did,
first,
bro.
the
They
first
probably
did. Yeah.
like
They
incident
probably
that he
did.
had
I
with
mean,
the cattle
Honestly, because the
The
government,
cattle that
I
he
swear
found
the government hides so
was
much
missing
stuff.
like a big fucking chunk
Yeah.
of it, and it had like nothing in it,
I
but
don't
there
know,
was
maybe.
no fucking blood anywhere around it.
But did you hear wherever they found like an opening and it was like the size of a straw and they think that that's how the aliens kind of like sucked out the intestines?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find this man.
What?
There was like this.
See, I'm telling you,
There
bro.
was this
It's
man
fucking
they
Men in Black
found
all
in a
over again, bro.
lagoon over, I think it was
Like, I mean, maybe one of
nucleus.
us in here has like a little fucking man, like,
Inside of us.
yeah. You just don't know. No wonder I keep
Who
hearing
is
this
it? There's
fucking
a
voice, man.
imposter among
Oh
us.
my god,
Yeah,
Barrett.
yeah.
Imposter among us.
I think Junior's very sus.
Yeah, Junior's
Smile.
super
Look, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I can't be a
We
sus.
gotta vote him
Yeah,
out.
Let me tell you why I can't
You
be a
see Junior
suspect.
flying like
I was like,
I'm
Barrett,
trying to
look
say that the reason why I'm not the imposter.
at me. You too.
Okay? I'm gonna tell you why.
That means fine.
Bro, you're laughing.
First of
Smile.
all,
Okay, yeah.
no, I'm just kidding.
You can go, but don't take my chip. Don't take my chip.
I think my dad and I once saw like some kind of UFOs. We were standing in my front porch and this was late at night. We heard like a noise of some kind of something and we went outside and we looked around, there was nothing. And then we saw like 5 little lights way up in the distance floating in like a straight line. Not really straight line, but kind of like a V. I don't know. It was weird. And we were like, what the fuck? And then it kind of went away and he's like, let's stay out here a little bit. And then I had one, there was a pen, and it was like a little princess pen that whenever you wrote with it, the light would like shine red whenever you were writing.
Like the press?
Yeah, the press one. And I just kept doing this. I'm like, I'm gonna call it. It's gonna come back over here.
And it came back.
Something came back because something, literally, we felt the wind. It was like the wind, it was like a lot
Like
of
a
air.
helicopter?
Yeah, like a helicopter, and it was just so bright we couldn't tell what the fuck it was. And then
Was there any noise?
Yes.
Sober?
I was like
Yeah.
11.
Oh,
She was a little baby.
I have to make sure. I mean, what
Yeah,
if
she
you,
was a little kid.
no, I mean, what if she had like too many like sodas or like
Too
ice
much
cream,
caffeine.
Sugar
too
high.
much sugar? I mean,
Kentucky.
yeah, I don't know. I need to know this information so I can process
I
the
was thinking
story.
I was
You gotta
pretty
listen,
sober.
Tio Coco.
Okay, now that we understand we're sober,
No, but
keep
yeah,
going.
I was
Okay.
pretty sober, and I'm pretty sure.
Was your
I
dad
don't know.
sober?
Yeah, yes, they are very religious as well. Yes.
That explains it, you're right.
So yeah, I think I saw you.
Did he ever say anything like?
No,
oh, it was,
never spoke about it.
Oh, son las las.
No,
Oh, so you guys
and
have
then I
never
asked
talked about
him,
it?
and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh wow.
Aw, that's
Nice.
fucked
Your dad got
up.
laser. You pushed that shit way back. You didn't want
He
to
was
talk.
Your dad got
lying.
laser.
I don't know.
Got
He got like-
Flashy, flashy
I don't
thing.
know.
Men in
But I
black.
remember that shit because I had the princess pen. I called that crap over there.
You
Yeah.
did some Morse code.
Yep, she.
Hey, laser.
I never had
They did, bro. They
an
did.
alien experience. I never saw nothing.
I wish I had.
But in this house, what I have experienced is when sometimes Vicky and she goes out and does errands and she takes the kids or whatever, and I'm still asleep. Oh, he's tired, he doesn't have sleep or whatever. and I'm sleeping, and it's already like not afternoon, but it's
So
probably
it's like 1 o'clock, 1:30.
no, it's not 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it is.
He's
It's
napping.
like-
Yeah, it is.
It's like 10 o'clock, like 9,
Let's
10
be
o'clock or
honest.
whatever.
I ain't gonna hate on that because I'm a big napper.
It's like
Yeah,
9,
it
10
is.
o'clock, and I'm still sleeping, right?
Sober?
Yeah, sober. I'm sleeping, fucker.
Sober. I like how we
9,
keep
10 o'clock.
having to ask sober,
Like morning, it's
or
morning
like
time.
semi
It's
It's
sober.
like 12, 1, 2.
Yeah,
No,
with
it's not.
Anthony,
No,
you
it's
just
not.
never
12,
know.
1, 2.
It's not that late.
12,
It's
1,
like
2.
9 or 10, maybe
12, 1,
11.
Let him
12,
finish.
Let me
1,
finish.
Yes, it don't matter.
Let him finish.
The point is
Anyways,
you're
the
not
point
home.
is I'm sleeping, fucking
Okay,
either,
I'm sorry.
whatever it is. And then it's happened a couple times, more than a couple, where I'm sleeping in my room, and then I hear knocking at the door, but not like a regular knock, like a no.
It was like
It's
police
like like a police like,
beating on your door.
and I'm like fuck, and it's always 3 times. Yeah, like that. And I wake up and I'm like
sign.
fuck. So I get up, and then sometimes her dad swings by or Johnny swings by or something. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So I get up, I open the door, and I look, and I'm like, there's nobody there. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm looking to the neighbor's house. I was like, maybe she I didn't answer quick enough, and I'm waiting there for a couple seconds.
Because she does do that.
Yeah.
Our neighbor likes to come
So
over
then
and ask
I'll
us
sit right
questions.
here.
No, but
wait.
this happened before you even before the neighbors.
And
knew.
nothing,
Yeah, of course.
nothing ever, nobody ever comes, and I was like, fuck it. So I close the door again, trying to go back to sleep, and I hear it again. 3 times, fucking. And I'm like, motherfuckers are playing with me. I was like, and I call Vicky, hey, did we
Well,
put
when
the
they
cable?
knock
There's a
on
kid
somebody's
back
door,
there.
I also do the
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
I call Vicky, I was like, did we
I've
fucking
never
pay the
fucking
cable
done that.
bill? What the
So I
fuck
already
is
know.
going on?
Maybe there's a kid down the street that was like,
I don't know. Yeah, somebody played Ding Dong Ditch with me.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then I go back to the door and I open it and nobody's fucking there.
damn.
All the time.
Maybe the reason I don't remember any stories is because I got lasered, man.
I don't know. But always too, I don't know why, I wake up at 3 in the morning, like on the fucking dot. And that's the devil's hour.
Same,
So
but
which
not
one?
at 3 on the dot. It's always
Yeah.
3 something.
Or 3,
It's still-
regardless between.
Three get out of
bed.
It doesn't have
Huh?
to
You
necessarily
get out
be
of
3
bed?
o'clock.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, I'm awake, so I might as well.
Yeah, I
Go to
get
the
up.
bathroom.
The crazy thing
go to
is,
the
any fucking
bathroom.
time I wake up in the middle of the night, I look at the fucking clock.
Yeah, I
It's
always want to
always-
know what the
it's
fuck.
always
Why am I awake at this hour?
3:02,
3
3:03,
something or
3
3
o'clock. It's always in between that time. It's
No,
always that time.
mine
always
could be
that.
like 3:30.
You had something looking at you.
It's still 3.
Now I wake up at different hours of the night all the time, every night. But the times where it's like 3, I'm like, fuck. Why I gotta be 3? Why couldn't it be 2? Why couldn't it be 4? But when it happens at 3, I'm like,
See,
damn.
and going back
El
to your
Diablo.
knocking,
Yeah, I'm like, damn.
that fucking, those 3 knocks are never a good fucking sign. Because 3 knocks is always the mocking of the Trinity.
Yeah,
So
but
it's like,
that's
it's
at
like,
nighttime,
it's like
though.
666. No, the knocking doesn't matter when it is.
Oh shit, we getting deep now.
The knocking doesn't matter when the fuck it happens. If it's always fucking 3 and there's nothing there, that's what that is.
He's
It's
fucking with me.
evil.
But you've
something
had that
evil.
happen to you, where you hear knocking.
Mhm.
So Anthony isn't the only one that's heard the knocking. Vicky's heard the knocking
Vicky's heard it
too.
before,
Yep.
too.
Mhm.
And it's not like a regular knock, like somebody, like a Jehovah's Witness, like,
Like I'd be like taking it. Like let's say I'm so fucking exhausted,
and it's always 3 knocks.
coming out of work, and then like I lay down and start
Yeah, it
watching
happens here all the
TV,
time.
and then I'm like I'm about to get up and make
Yeah.
dinner,
At 3
and
o'clock?
then I lay down and pass out. It's been more than 2 times that I get waken up with
Mhm.
There
3
you gotta
knocks.
do the.
And then I wake up and I'm like, and I look at Anthony and he's usually on the little couch, and I'm like, you're gonna get the fucking door. Like I just got fucking woken up. I'm fucking tired. And then
Oh,
sometimes
no,
it's
and
nobody, and
nobody's there.
sometimes it's
I remember I went
somebody.
I came to your house and I knocked.
But sometimes
You
it's
never answered
nobody.
the door. It's like twice.
I probably wasn't here then.
Your car was here.
Now we can take Vicky's car.
Whose car was here? Mine or his? Yeah, whose car was that
No?
whose car was here? Mine or his?
I don't know which one you guys have. I know you guys have.
Mine's the little one. His is the big
the
gray
big
one.
Okay, the gray one was here.
Okay, then we don't
We're
use
probably
his
out
car.
and about with hers.
Yeah, we don't use his car often.
No, but didn't you guys wake up one time and the door was open?
Yes.
Was Melina here?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was here. But I think what happened was that like sometimes we don't lock our door. Like we're so like we live like
Hey, don't tell the people that.
For listeners,
Yeah, it's always locked.
it's always locked. But for our listeners, we live in a really good
What is
If
it?
you don't believe me, come test me.
No, it's a song
Every fucking night.
No, what's the song with
For our listeners, we live in a really good neighborhood.
con 100 candados?
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
Yeah.
we live in a great
So
neighborhood.
in
Like,
other words, our
everybody's
puertas
a
are
Karen here.
Don't tell people.
Yeah.
What I'm telling people, everybody's a Karen here, so they're like,
They're Trump
No,
supporters,
you
so we
can't
always
edit
make
this.
sure we have our door locked.
I'm atypical, okay?
Yeah. Leave
So in
her.
other words, our puerta is like the puerta negra con 100 candados.
no, we just have,
Then we forget
we
to
just
lock.
have really motherfucking people that will like,
Listen, I've slept with my door open a couple of times on
Yeah,
accident,
girl.
and I notice in the morning, and it's my front door, bruh.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know. I'm like what is it called? I have a problem with lock with.
With locked
No,
doors.
locked doors.
No,
Locked doors.
No, I have a problem with like closed doors.
Gracias.
I mean with fucking open doors. Like it don't even have to be my door. I close it. Seriously, I always close
I leave
doors.
my bedroom door open.
I
most of
can't
the time.
stand
I do too, but I used to be like super like I can never have my door open no matter what time of the day it is. But with my dog that's always crying at my door, if I close my door, he starts crying. So I sleep with the door open, and
And
I
I'm a cougar protecting you. Ain't nobody gonna
yeah. So I like he used to cry at my door because I used to sleep with both my doors closed and locked, and then I got my dog, and he would be like, "Bitch, why the fuck do you have your door closed?" Like he wouldn't even go in there. I would close the door. He'd start crying. I'd open it. He'd peek in, and then he'd go back to sleep on the couch. He would do that, and let's say I would close it again because I'm like, all right, you see that I'm in here. So I'd close it, and he'd be like,
He's just checking up.
Yeah.
All right,
He'd
what
be
about
like-
what about
Daily
this?
checker.
He'd be
Daily
like,
checker.
you ain't gonna close this door. So he'd go back to my door and cry again. So I just started sleeping with the door open because as soon as it'd be closed, he'd be
Listen,
like,
what about
no,
this?
you're not
I
doing
don't
that
know if
shit.
it's weird or if I'm weird because of it or whatever. But even if I know that everybody's out the house, I'm by myself, and I go into the bathroom, I still lock the fucking door, close them, and lock it. Is that weird?
No, because no one wants to fucking die while they're on the fucking toilet.
I know, but some people are like, "Oh, there's nobody here,"
Nope.
and then they fucking
No,
push the
because you
shit.
know, you never know who's gonna come in your house. I don't
So
want to.
everybody does that.
I don't want.
I
I
do
mean,
that.
I
I would
would.
shower with the door open sometimes.
No, hell no. I don't want to be in a vulnerable position where I'm like naked.
I'm like, bro,
and
hold on,
someone-
let me just wipe myself real
Okay.
quick.
Yeah, like, can I put some clothes
First of
on
all,
real quick and then
You don't
attack
lock your
me?
front door.
I don't lock my
You
door.
take a shower without your fucking door closed.
Leave
Like,
it open
what the
when I
fuck?
pee.
You're like, please, someone kill me.
I don't know.
Like, yo, rule number
we're
one,
told to check the-
always fucking have your windows closed, lock your
No,
windows,
why is
lock your
there
fucking
rules?
door.
Fresh air is for dead
Because
people.
fresh air is for dead people.
And that's a shout out to Morbid Podcast.
Yes. It is.
Well, if I leave it open and I take a shit and somebody wants to, or a ghost or somebody was going, who wants to fight with? I'll grab my shit and throw it in his face. Who wants
Like
to
a
fight?
fucking monkey?
Yeah, I grab it and go like this. I'll be like, come on, motherfucker.
Oh no.
Why not? Who's gonna fight with somebody? You want to fight with somebody with shit on their hands? Hell.
I just
no.
never want to put myself in the position where I'm like naked, like in the shower, and someone attacks me. I was like, wait, hold on, let me get dressed and then attack me.
Yeah, because you don't want to like come out on like 6 o'clock news and be like, oh well, the victim was, taking a dump and stabbed to death 37
And for
times.
some reason, he smeared shit all over his hand.
You know what I'm
Or
saying?
like her
Nobody wants to
fucking
do that.
titties were hanging out, just flying around everywhere.
The victim's titties were cut off and
The detective
Yeah.
said he worked there for 20 years and never seen a gruesome.
Such a shitty crime scene.
Her titty got cut off and threw onto the window.
Jesus.
there was shit everywhere.
And shit and
That's like the
titties.
normal serial killer shit, though.
And then
No,
it looks
the
like, oh
next
wait. Is that cum?
Oh,
Yeah, I have a.
they'll be like, all we can say is that person had a shitty day. But not that stuff. What's wrong with you? Uncle Coco. Do not go there.
So I was gonna tell y'all a creepy coincidence. Okay, so there was this time. It was a documentary, I believe.
All right, we're back. Welcome to Olla de Frijoles. Real quick.
Okay, so to end on a good note, because I have to leave, I was gonna tell y'all a creepy coincidence. This is a documentary from this series on YouTube about family members who, it's about the family of serial killers. And this is a girl talking about her dad. So her dad killed, I think, a total of 8 victims. They were all females, mostly prostitutes. And sometimes, like, he would take them on, like, you know, family trips and have, like, blood in the car. And then he would, like, explain it, like, oh, I went deer hunting. And there, one time, he actually had a victim dead in the trunk while they went to, like, a park or some shit. But that's not even the creepy coincidence. The creepy coincidence is this time that this man was trying to get rid of the body of one of his victims. He took it up to a mountain. And he was just, whenever he got caught and he was, like, you know, talking, giving the interview, he said that he went into the woods to take a piss after he had buried his victim. And he went into the woods and he, like, stepped on something and it was, like, soft and it was just, like, he kind of tapped it. But he kind of felt like something in him told him to turn the fuck around. So he did. He turned the fuck around. Later on, during that time, there was another serial killer called Ted Bundy. So Ted Bundy, after, I guess, he went to jail and he also found out about the killings of this other man, Ted Bundy says that it was his victim that the other serial killer stepped on in the woods that day. Oh, so there were 2 serial killers in the same mountain getting rid of bodies. One of them stepped on the other one. For him? Ted, no, I have to look it up. But Ted Bundy actually says you could probably find it through him. Mm-hmm. So yeah, creepy coincidences.
Yes.
Okay, so here's a coincidence or not coincidence, you decide. In real life, this actually happened to me. So I am at Sheetz. This is a gas station. We live in North Carolina. My front passenger tire has a problem. Sometimes I can't get the air to go in there and it sometimes be getting low. So I was struggling, okay? I've been there for like half an hour. Instead of going up, the tire was going down. There's this man that, like, he looked like a family man. He pulls up behind me. He's waiting in line and then he's like, hey, you need help? So he fills it up. And he did it pretty quickly. You know, I go home, mind my business. Didn't even ask him his name. I get on Facebook and I recognize a face. And I have a friend request from this person. To this day, I don't remember the name because I didn't accept it. So then I'm like, okay, that's weird. So anyway, this was during the era where I was young and beautiful and would go clubbing, okay?
You're still young and beautiful. Shut the fuck
and
up.
we would go clubbing, okay? I don't know if you remember, lady behind the camera, that there was this man that I kept seeing at clubs. Do you remember I once said, like, I always see him. And I seriously went to like 3 different clubs and he was there.
He was stalking.
God damn,
And
how
I
did you
didn't
know?
even know how.
Were you putting it on social media?
No, I didn't know his
You
name.
think he was stalking you?
I have no idea.
Fucking stalking.
That's a fucking skill, man. How
But
the fuck
that
did you even
shit,
do
that happened in real life. And I
That's
dead ass,
crazy.
like, the last time I saw him was the last place we went out, I think.
I don't even know how
And
people
then-
can do that shit. That takes too much energy.
Anyway.
You know?
All right.
Is my
Last installment. Huh?
is my pretty picture?
Last installment.
What?
You're good angle.
This episode. Olla de Frijoles. Welcome back. Okay. Stories. We have some lined up. Donnie?
Okay, so back to my weird dreams that I have, because I feel like dreams and nightmares, I feel like they're a connection to like a spiritual world. So after we had left California and we were already living over here, this was actually recent. So I had another like a nightmare. I was back at my previous home in California. The whole layout of the dream was exactly how it was in California. Nothing was different. Nothing was anything, whatever, fun. So at one point, I had a room by myself. So I had to go all the way at the end of the hall. And at the end of the hall, the way my room was set up, it was kind of like an L shape. So it was like you open the door to get into the room. On the left side, you see the closet, and it's sort of a walk-in closet. In front of you is just the wall, and then you go to the right, and then to the right again, and the bedroom goes in. So.
I like how you close your eyes when you're talking about the story.
Because I'm imagining I'm remembering exactly how it was. So in my dream, I was asleep in my bed room that was L-shaped. I wake up from my dream and I just automatically feel like this really nasty presence in there. So I get out of bed. I don't really know why I got out of bed, but I get out of bed and I'm just gonna leave my room because I just felt like something horrible in there. And as I get out of my bed and I go up and up the bedroom and turn back to that L shape, I'm facing the closet. And in the closet, there's this like scary, demonic witch in there. And she like looks back at me. And that's when she was looking back at me. So I like run back into my bed and then I get under the covers because like you said,
I sleeping in there at the time?
No, you weren't in there.
It doesn't work with witches though, does it?
Yeah, it works with
Well, it
anything.
was like I don't want to say she was a witch. I don't know. It was just like this really scary, ugly bitch.
Old lady.
That is a common
Was she
rule.
green?
No.
No, listen, that's a common rule between anything. Like I said, aliens, witches, ghosts, ghouls, goblins, whatever. If you throw that cover over you,
Safe haven?
Safe.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that really is. Because also
So we
if
throw it
you
over,
like
they're waiting for you, like.
wait for you to
Like
come
a-
out,
like a-
if you reach your arm out, game over.
Like a PlayStation character.
Like if you fucking
Yeah.
sneak a little bit.
They're waiting over you like a
stick
PlayStation
your
character.
big toe out.
Yeah.
It's the game
Yeah,
over.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mortal
They're
Kombat
ready.
style?
Yeah.
They're just waiting for you. Like when that cover comes up, I'll fuck her up.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about you throw the covers over you and I guess you like camouflage yourself.
You feel safe.
Yeah,
You're
it's just
invincible
safe.
at that point.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I don't know if that stems back into like when you're a kid and I don't know. There's something about getting under the covers, completely covered head to toe, but that's like
Makes
a
you feel
safe.
good.
Yeah, it's a safe, even though
Not for me.
you still feel that safe.
Safe haven, baby.
But you gotta
Yeah.
jump in the cover and make sure you kick your feet up to where the cover goes under your.
Yeah, no, you really have to like wrap
Like
yourself.
tuck yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
literally
cover.
have to like fling the blanket up and
Yeah.
let it just like lay on you and you're like safe, bitch.
Safe,
You can't
bitch.
fucking touch me.
Yeah.
I know you're out there and I'm still scared as fuck, but I know you can't fucking touch
You
me
can't leave no
now.
openings, right? You gotta like
Yeah,
like
really,
with your feet
like,
too and
exactly,
stuff.
like
Locked,
you
it's
can't-
locked, baby.
Locked and loaded. You can't breathe
Yeah.
because you're under the covers, but you know you're safe.
And you just hear
Yeah,
the
until they fucking pull that cover off of you.
So
And you're like,
yeah.
I'm holding that shit
So
tight.
the Diablo's standing over, he's like,
I can't
fucking
get
San
in there.
Marcos.
Yeah. No, San Marcos. That's why they call him San Marcos.
Yeah.
It's a fucking
It's
saint.
a blessed
Yeah.
blanket.
Yeah, it's a
Blessed.
blessed blanket.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, people that are not from Mexico or don't have
Mexican.
Mexican,
Spanish.
Mexican,
Wow.
It's a blanket.
el
that
orgullo de los mexicanos, whatever the fuck.
It's a Mexican blanket, basically.
Yes, basically.
And
a
it keeps
big
you
fat-
warm as fuck during
Yeah.
the winter
It's
time.
thick.
You can order them on. Oh, we're not there yet, huh?
Oh, we're not
Yeah, yeah, you can order
We don't have
online.
merch.
Off of
Yeah. We're gonna
Amazon.
have
Not
merch
yet.
on Michael's merch.
Nah, you
Yeah.
just get them from the Swami.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna do that.
Swap meet. Ooh, that's a whole nother subject. I love the fucking swap meet.
And it's nothing like the flea market. The flea
Nah,
market
fuck
here,
the flea market.
Mexicans brag about the flea market, but I'm like, bro, have you ever been to the swap meet in California? Like, don't
All my gear
even.
used to come from the
Yeah.
fucking swap
Like,
meet.
the
Everything,
meat,
bro.
like, let's not even compare that.
Shoes.
It's like the
Pants.
swap meet is a fucking Mexican mall.
It's like
Yeah.
No, but like, okay, but when you actually talk about
Where
the
you can
swap
get
meet.
Jordans and a churro at the same time.
No, but like honestly, compared
Talk
to
about it.
like okay, when you're talking about from if you're in Cali, you're talking about the
That part.
swap meet, which is
Yeah.
already like como la segunda.
Yeah.
And then you come to North Carolina and you're talking about the flea market, es como la cuarta, la quinta.
Yeah.
Like it's not even like
Yeah.
bro, like
Yeah.
people are bragging like, oh, I just want to go to the flea market with Bay on a Sunday, and I'm like,
They sell
Okay.
they sell right here in the flea market. They sell socks that are already fucking dingy. Like bitch, at least allow me to get them yellow. Yeah, they're already fucking yellow. I was like, I don't want those yellow ass socks.
I got standards, you know?
I gotta tell you, even though they're fucking a quarter a piece, I might buy one or two for work. But let my feet get them yellow. Fuck me. You know what I'm saying? Man, fuck.
Did they got holes in it? No.
No.
No. Okay.
Pero ya casi.
Like,
Yeah.
Who else got the story? One more story?
No, Johnny's story.
See, now my story kind of it goes along. Well, it's basically like hers, except there's just a slight difference. I had sleep paralysis,
Ooh.
and we were actually living in that house. So I was in that house when that shit happened. Now,
What
one
house?
night, the one in Reseda,
Okay.
on Baird Street.
Our mom's house.
Yeah.
The
And
Cali
in the
house.
same fucking room. The same fucking room that she was staying at, but I wasn't there whenever I had already been gone. No. When she was there. But before that, I was actually sleeping in her room. And this one night, like, I fucking just, I woke up. I woke up, but I couldn't fucking move. And in the fucking closet, I could see this fucking, like, old fucking lady. Like, where my bed was at wasn't the same spot her bed was at. My fucking bed was actually, like, up against the window. Where I laid, I was, if I faced that way, I was facing the fucking closet. So that fucking day I woke up and I'm like, I couldn't fucking move, but I could see this fucking old lady in the fucking closet.
What was she wearing?
I couldn't fucking tell you. It
Gucci!
looked like some old lady.
Gucci.
It looked like just some old
She had
shit.
the red
It was
bottoms
some
on.
like creepy
bottoms.
old fucking lady. I
Nah,
can
my
fucking
gym shoes
remember
were
that.
black.
And I was like, what the fuck? And I was trying to fucking move and I couldn't fucking move and I'm fucking panicking at that fucking moment. And the only fucking thing I can think of doing was like closing my eyes. So I fucking closed my eyes and then I like opened them. And when I fucking opened them, right fucking in front of my face, next to my bed, was this creepy little fucking like ugly ass kid. Not ugly, but just creepy, like demonic looking kid.
Sober?
Like, yes,
Black.
I wouldn't know red. Like I could example like
Red
from
eyes.
the kid from The Grudge, that little
Oh,
kid.
the little boy.
Yeah, like
So
that little
there was
boy
no
was just
red
like
eyes?
that.
He had a bold haircut.
Behind him, I could still see the fucking old lady like in the fucking closet,
God.
and I was fucking freaking the fuck out because I couldn't fucking move.
And
And then
that's why
finally
they're
I just,
saying
like,
that because
fucking
that
just
didn't
woke up.
exist at that time.
Exactly, and I like
What do you
just
mean
out of
didn't
nowhere, I
exist?
just fucking woke up.
Those movies didn't come out till
Right.
like
I got one
1,000
story,
years
bro.
later. So like he's
1,000 years
he's referencing those movies. That's what trips me out. What?
I
Okay.
just burped.
I'm gonna say the last story because I got this sick ass fucking story.
Now Vicky has a story too.
But yeah,
with dogs.
Big, you wanna say your story? Go ahead.
Yeah, dead, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now we know it's because Vicky played with that makeshift
Yeah.
Ouija board.
You brought something
Wow,
into that
so am I
fucking.
wrong?
What are the odds of them two seeing some crazy
Exactly.
shit?
Like my fucking story happened when we were living there. Her fucking dream was living here.
It's
And it's
following you, man. It's
It's
following
like
you.
the same
What does that
fucking
have to
thing.
do with the dog?
It's
You said it was a
following you.
lady.
The dog.
No, you're
A dog.
Ouija.
No, the fucking
You're
Ouija
The
board
Ouija was
fucking-
No,
a woman.
Anyways,
Exactly.
Exactly.
We saw a woman.
What's
What
the
is
story
your
that you
story,
had?
Big?
All right.
Please.
So y'all.
Elaborate.
Or your experience?
Okay. So. This is so dumb. It's a really short story. The point of the matter is that I used to have to walk from the main bus stop to go to school and then walk all the way back to my house. I've been every day. This one day, I got home. Then I went to like chill my dogs, but then I came back outside of the fence. And I saw a big black dog. But his eyes were like super red. And it was so creepy or whatever, I thought. And I turned away and turned back. And that dog was gone. And I was like, where it was sitting at that street, the point is that it could not like leave my sight. It couldn't have left. It couldn't have left too
It could have
far.
ran away any other direction.
Any
Without you noticing
direction.
it,
Without me
being
noticing.
gone. Yeah.
Like, it just could not.
Unless he purposely was like hiding behind a car, which dogs don't do.
Which dogs don't do, and there was no cars that, like, because we all had our, like, driveways. So, like, the point is, I saw a fucking dog with red eyes, looked away, looked back, and he was gone. And it looked like Rottweiler type dog.
That is a hellhound.
But it was really scary for me because I had already been previously almost like mauled by two dogs. Two like wolf dogs, what do they call them?
So I'm guessing you're a dog person.
Huskies, two huskies. And I got saved by their owner that same day, but this one was not that type of dog. And nobody in our street had
A Rottweiler like that.
yeah.
It was Arvin? No, not Arvin.
Bear.
Bear.
But it was right in front of like our freaking like gate. Yeah.
That reminds me of like my mom would tell me like in a rancho, if you would ever hear like a dog howling at night, I mean someone was about to die.
See, it was like during the day.
With red eyes or a fucking horse with the red eyes, that was some evil shit. Cause
Yeah.
there'd be people that would fucking see, like, you
I
know,
was
they'd be
like,
going
yellow.
home at night
Yeah.
and they'd fucking come up on.
What about
over a
people that
fucking
take
dog.
pictures and their eyes are red?
No, that's just
Vampires,
Sandra.
Oh, they're vampires?
Correct.
Confirmed, yes. Well, actually, that's kind of crazy, bro, because I don't know if it's a scary story, what's happening to me in my life, you know, but it's kind of weird, creepy, kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Spit it out.
Creepy.
It's kind of like, I don't know, man. I mean, I'll explain, you know, how exactly. It started when I was like a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, it actually started with a dog, too. It was my grandpa's favorite dog, right? And he caught rabies. I think I was like 4 years
In
old.
Mexico?
Yeah. I was like 4 years old, and I remember, you know, I was a jolly kid, la 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 all the time, you know.
Like
Yeah, I was, a happy kid, you know, like me, my jolly self, whatever.
Just catching jellyfish and whatnot.
Yeah, catching jellyfish, exactly, you know. And then like, I was coming back from the kindergarten in Mexico. You know, they allow 4-year-olds to go walk home, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyways.
In
So
Mexico.
yeah, so I'm going back home, right? And I'm just like, you know, with this paper that's gonna show my mom. You know, I was like, look, I draw this, and I was like so happy, and I was like, oh, I'm so
You're so
excited.
jolly.
Yeah, I was going home, and then I see his name was El Yaki. That's what they call him, Yaki, right? The dog. This dog had caught rabies, and he was standing in this abandoned house that we lived close to, just sitting there with his paws like this.
Or was it somebody's dog or just?
No, it was
their
our
dog.
grandpa.
It was their dog.
Yeah, but he
You
had
said
rabies.
How
that.
come they didn't kill him?
Well, we'll get to that point. And
Oh my god.
Don't
Well,
get ahead of yourself,
yes.
Anthony.
Put him down.
Well, you know, we're gonna get to that
Oh,
point.
okay.
So basically, this dog was like that, like just drooling fucking foam out of his mouth with, you know, red eyes and shit. I'm like, you know me, like a.
Angel. It's Angel.
Oh, okay. Whew.
I heard the door locked.
Yeah, I was like, you know,
That was Jackie.
Give
Like,
me a
you better not
pee-pad.
be talking
Give me-
about me.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm about to spend my life.
Give me a pee pad so I can put it under his chair, fucking guy. Come on.
Anyway,
Let's
so
do it.
you know, I'm looking at him, bro, and I'm looking at him like, hey, Yaki, I'm like, you know, and I say hi to him.
Look at the picture I just
Yeah,
drew.
basically, I do remember saying like, hey, you know, how you doing? Or like, you know, like, oh, Yaki, and then I just kept walking, and this dude didn't do anything. Like, he was just standing there staring at me. But I was like, fuck it, you know, keep going. I gotta show my mom a picture, you know. I got, you know, my mom's gonna be
Shit
proud
to
of me.
do. I got
Yeah,
shit to do.
Yeah, I got.
Fuck you,
What
Mookie.
fuck
I'm
Or-
5 years old. I got
Yeah,
plans.
I got plans, right? So you know, I was walking. This dog didn't do a motherfucking thing
I
to
got
me. He
mud ties
just
to cook, motherfucker. Shit.
that shit, like he didn't do anything at all to me. But the craziest shit ever is that I walked to the house. As soon as I like knocked, I'm like, Ma. My mom's like tripping, you know, because she's like. Her and my aunt were in the fucking room locked in because they were scared of the dog. She fucking opens the door just like what we talked about earlier, like it's like,
Yeah,
like she just dragged my ass like whoop. And she's like, what are you doing? Why are you fucking coming from school? I was like, I should have picked you. And I was like,
Huh?
what? She's like, and then the dog starts coming. We go get locked in the house, and then the dog, I guess, I don't know, my dad I think showed up, and then the dog was dead outside the house or whatever, right there in front of the door. And that's kind of like, I should have died that day. I really should have died that day. I really should have died
That dog died?
Yes, he did. But that kind of leads me into my second story of my life that it kind of.
So was he? Wait. So was
you didn't give enough detail to that.
So was he dead already?
Was the dog already dead, or was the dog still just kind of lurking around, and that's why
he was lurking around? Yes.
Okay.
He was lurking around the house.
And then your dad got there, and then he killed him.
No, the dog was dead.
Oh, the dog just died?
Yeah, he died. He was just laid there like.
Oh shit.
So when you saw him, do you think like was he still
spirit?
alive, or was
He
he
was still
alive?
alive.
Yes, he was alive.
But how come he didn't attack him? Because he had rabies.
I don't know. Because he tried to attack my mom and my aunt. That's why they locked themselves in the house, because the dog was like had rabies and he was like going after them. So that was weird because the dog didn't do shit to me, and it was kind of like
that's where I'm confused.
I don't understand why he didn't attack me, right?
Yeah.
So I've always been grateful for that day because I always wonder, like, I should have died that day, man. Or I should have been attacked. I should have been attacked by that dog.
Like that, or why didn't he?
Why didn't he attack me, right? Well, that kind of, like, that's the first time that something creepy shit like that has happened to me. But the second time that's happened to me is, I was actually when I was coming to the U.S. from the, I was coming back from, I was coming to the United States, but I had to go through L.A. And, I remember we stopped at this like mom and pops type of deal where like like they sell burgers and food and shit like that, right? It was like Mexican stuff. It was about the bus stop. We stopped there and we started, we wanted to go there and get some food or whatever. This is where the fucking trip happened. I sit down, right, and I'm at that time I'm a poor little kid, right? I have nothing in my pockets. I had $100 that my dad had gave me.
Only $100, yeah.
Like I was a poor kid. I just had $100.
Well, that was $100 to go survive in the U.S. for I was
for the rest of your life.
Pretty much, it was like.
Yeah.
Oh, with you and Gino.
No, I was by myself.
Oh,
That was the first time they sent me out to die for, basically. So.
You're like, good luck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, here's $100. Good luck, son.
Good luck. Make us proud. I was like, where do I go?
Wait, can I ask you this? Like, were you born here or were you born in Mexico?
I was born here, but my parents, we ended up going back and then.
Okay. But at least you were born here, so it wasn't like.
I didn't
it wasn't like you were illegal,
right?
Which is even harder.
Which actually brings me to that point right there. Now that you mentioned that, it's kind of like it kind of makes sense to the story because.
It's the fucking scary part.
Well, because I sit down, right? I sit down on the table, and I'm just at that time I'm just thoughtful, bro. I'm just looking at the fucking world like, damn, dude, what the fuck am I gonna do? This lady and her son sits down, right? They sit down next to me, and they sit down, and then I order a burger with some fries because I've never tasted it apparently. So I'm chopping it up or whatever. This lady that's sitting next to me is weird, bro. She's like demonic looking. She had her eyes were like kind of weird looking, like one this way and one the other way. I thought she was crazy.
One this way, one the other.
Yeah, I mean, I
could have been cross-eyed. What was poor old lady?
Yeah.
But no, listen to this. This is where it gets kind of cray-cray. Because see, the thing is, like, I start looking, and she's like starts talking to me, and starts telling me, "Hey, mijo," she's like, "You come to the U.S.?" And I was like, yeah. And she was like,
was it that old lady from that movie from the diner? And then she's like, ha! And then she goes on.
Oh, I remember that movie. She's crawling everywhere. She's ready to kill everybody.
That's what it is. That's where the good part comes in.
The fucking lady.
So you were in that movie, right?
I think I was.
The real life story.
I really think I was.
She walked on the roof.
What was the name of that movie?
I kid you not, she was like blonde and she was skinny and like kind of like cross-eyed, funny looking like that. And the thing is, everything is going on.
So I couldn't figure out how she was walking straight because she was cross-eyed.
No, but see, like in that moment, it's like everything froze around us. Like everybody was having like their own conversations.
But this cross-eyed.
But it's like everything was going on around us, and nobody was like fucking paying attention to us, and it was just me and that lady, right? and she was just like telling me that you're gonna be okay, son. She's like, and she can't give me that look. Like the fucking eye just kept going. Oh, weird, bro. I was
Yo,
like,
hold up. How do you know she was actually looking at you? What if she was like looking in your direction, but actually talking to
What was she
somebody
talking
like?
about the dude behind you?
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, see.
No.
that could have been it, okay? But it was so fucking weird because I felt like it was just
It
me
made
and
you
her, and
feel
everybody
good.
else was like fucking ignoring us and shit. And it was like, yeah, and I mean, like, you know, like in a movie where there's like only two people and everybody is like
There's a
everybody.
bunch of shit going
Yeah.
on, but
And it,
that one
incident.
yeah.
And she just keeps telling me that
You'll be alright.
I was gonna be okay.
But she wasn't really looking at you because she was cockeyed.
Okay,
Yes.
no. Now after that, like,
Huh?
did she like disappear or was she still there?
The weird part about the story is that she starts to tell me, and she grabs my hand, and I feel this weird ass fucking presence, bro. Like she touched my
Like
fucking
it was
soul,
like such a
man.
relief.
Yeah, like I was like,
Yeah.
I was like,
Okay.
Let me eat these Doritos.
I swear to God, I swear, I'm not lying. I felt like I've never, like nobody's ever touched
It was
me.
a guardian angel,
Yeah, it's
like
kind of.
making you know that you.
I was gonna be alright, and
That's
I
a
was
good
like,
story.
I
So
was
your
like,
guardian angel is cockeyed?
Yes! Fucked up at it. But hey, you know, she did also tell me
So
something.
she's like, they like, make sure you turn left at the fork in the road. And be like, bitch, you don't even know what fucking side is left, you cockeyed something. It was,
No, but then this is the
Okay,
crazy
so now
part.
we know his guardian angel is
And now-
an angel, but he's cockeyed. So
Let me
when
tell you
get
the
to
crazy
fork in
part.
the road, make sure you turn left, and you're like my left or your left.
After
she's like,
that,
yeah,
after,
yeah.
Hold on, I wanna hear this.
after that, what she said, like, I was like, okay. I said okay, like that, right? And it's like everything went back to like, dude,
You heard everything else.
everybody started fucking working, and then she's just like, like,
No.
Wait, was she still cockeyed?
yeah. But like I
She didn't
swear,
even know what to fucking look at.
she
Where
got
was this at?
in LA.
More specifically.
Yeah, hey.
I don't know exactly
Hey,
where
broken
in LA,
window,
bro.
bro. Yeah,
I don't know
shoes.
exactly where in LA, but I know it was in that fucking dining room, and
So
then
you were sober-ish.
I was sober.
No,
Well,
you
I had a
were
little bit.
sober-ish.
I had a little bit of extra fries, but the ketchup, but that doesn't mean I
Your-
don't
your-
remember.
Your guardian angel's a fucking scanty warrior.
But it's crazy because everything after that, it's like,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
went all fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah,
And like,
that was.
and she was like, and then she started talking to son, and I was like, I feel so fucking
Like,
weird,
yo,
bro.
what the fuck happened? You just made me feel good, and now you're going all crazy.
Well, that's the thing, bro. I don't know how the fuck it went from so fucking deep to like she disappeared in her own fucking mind. Like it just went like
So she got sane for like 2 seconds.
she
and told
just
you?
stopped the whole fucking dining room and just like looked at me like
Yeah.
Nah, he was just talking
Weird.
to a crackhead.
That's-
it could have been, but
that's
I don't know,
Guardian
man.
Angel
It just
yeah.
felt so weird. It just felt
That's
so
how they do.
fucking weird, bro. And I
Guardian
just
angel
never
will
could
come
explain
and
it.
like possess somebody, and then
Tell them what's good.
and then
And then
boom.
And they, ooh.
And it just fucking went like
And it makes sense because it's a you know, not to talk shit about the lady that you met, but a simple-minded person. It's easy to possess a simple-minded person because they're not gonna be forceful to not let them in. They'll be able to be like, well, boom.
And I never could ever explain that. I never was able to explain that. And every time I say that story, I'm embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed, but it feels like.
Like people laugh at you.
Yeah,
you
because
just laugh
it's so
at you.
weird. It's so fucking weird. I can never explain why that shit's.
That was a
slowed
hell of
down.
a story. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you,
We're
man.
gonna end it right here.